Hi, this is Aaron Dubinsky coming to you today from the Chut Shel Chesed Yeshiva Beit Knesset in the heart of beautiful, holy city of Yerushalayim and the wonderful state of Israel, under the direction of our beloved rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. Well, last time we ended up with a statement that Hashem gives you the road, takes you down the road that you want to go down. We were talking about Paro. He had given a clear indication where he was headed. Therefore, Hashem led him down that road. And in the process of so doing, made a point that the whole world could observe and know who was the king of the universe, who was the creator. But what about the Jewish people? What about the children of Israel? If Hashem leads you down the road you want to go down, how did they make it into the desert and to Canaan and all the things they did? Did they not give an indication that that was clearly not what they wanted? What they wanted was to go back to Egypt. What they wanted was to never leave Egypt. As a matter of fact, sadly, though it is, there were 80% of the children of Israel died during the plague of darkness because they wanted so badly to stay in Egypt. In that case, Hashem let them have their way. They could stay in Egypt. They just couldn't live through it. But the ones who left, constant moaning and groaning and bickering and complaining about the way things were. We don't have food. We don't have water. We only have this kind of food. We don't have any meat. And the complaints went on and on. One place the water was bitter, so we throw a stick in. A stick that makes the water sweet. This is great. They want to stay for right now, for today, until tomorrow when the next tribulation comes up. When Amalek attacks from behind, again they started whining and crying. Why does Hashem not leave them behind? There's something special. That's why. It says that the children of Israel were the firstborn son of Hashem. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, if you go to England and you go to the royal family and you have the firstborn son of the king or the queen, and the king and queen dies and he's left, he now will become the king. Now, he can become the king. John Smith of Yorkshire cannot become the king. Why? He's just another guy out there. He's just someone out there. The rest of the world is someone out there. The children of Israel are held to a higher standard, just like that prince is held to a higher standard. He can't go around cavorting like the normal people in his kingdom. He has to hold himself to a higher standard. People look up to him. They think of him as a leader, as someone who's an example to them as to how they should try to live in their own modest ways, of course. But still, he's the example. He has to set the example. That's what we do. We are the firstborn sons of Hashem because we are the example. So we fall, and he picks us up, and we fall again. And he picks us up again. And we fall again. And he picks us up again. Let me ask you. Seems like he's always picking us up. How does he do that? How does he put up with it so long? He's long-suffering. It says that. There's one of the descriptions. But let's just take a look. Again, midot. It says we're like Hashem. We're made b'tselem Elokim. We're made in his image. And since he has no physical image that we can point to, that must mean midot. So let's take a look at it from our perspective. You have a child. Any of us have a child. The child is getting to that age where they're getting ready to walk. So they sort of get up and they hold onto the couch and they hobble a little bit and they wiggle and they fall down. And you get them back up and they try it again until you realize you're getting to the point where today it's enough already. Okay? So let me ask you a question. You do this 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 30 days, 60 days. You do it for a year. The kid still isn't walking. At what point do you give up on him and say, that's it, I give up? He's just not going to walk, I guess. You never give up. You never give up. You're a loving parent. You don't give up on the fact that your child is going to be able to walk. He's going to walk. And let me tell you something. What you'll see on his face the day he actually does it, or she actually does it, is excitement and joy infinite joy, the kind of which we would all like to feel all the time. We talk about love, joy, and fulfillment. Well, let me tell you, folks, it's coming right at you from this child. And the question is, that it remains, who's more excited about it, you or the child? Because you're both excited. This is an incredible moment. We're excited because we were able to get our child to do what we know they sooner or later are going to have to do. Now, don't you think Hashem has the same feelings for us? He has exactly the same feelings for us. He's trying to get us to do what he knows sooner or later we're going to have to do. Now, I know there are various forms of Judaism, and I know there are some groups that don't put a lot of credence necessarily in all the halachot. And that's how it is for now. I don't think it's going to be that way forever, but for right now, that's how it is. So, we start working where we are, and Hashem leads us down that path. It's not necessarily the path we've chosen consciously, but by being part of this group of people known as the children of Israel, or the Jewish people, it is where we inevitably are headed. And he's trying to help us. So no matter how many times we fall, he picks us up and pushes us along the way. We fall, he picks us up, pushes us along the way. He does this because he knows that's maybe not exactly where we think we want to go, but it's exactly where we need to go. As the children of the creator of the universe, just like the prince or the princess who is the child of the king or the queen, we have an obligation. We have an obligation to set an example. We have an obligation to live the kind of life that is fulfilling, joyful, loving, the kind of life we were made to live. This is our obligation. And when we live that life, we set an example. Let me tell you something. If you don't live it, you can't give it. So you have to understand, we have to set the example. Once we do, we talked about this the last time, that the rest of the world looks at us. They look up to us. They're angry at us sometimes because, and they don't even know why. Just because. But somewhere in the back of their mind, even though they're not conscious of it, even though they don't know it's there, is this little voice nagging at them. It's saying to them, you could have a better life. You could have a better life. The Jews are going to show you a better life. And they look at us and they go, are you kidding? Look at them. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And how should we take an example from that and we should do what they do when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing? That's the problem we have. It's one of the problems we have right now. And it's something we're going to have to get over. We're going to have to start learning how to live by the owner's manual of our body and our soul. That's Torah. It's Torah. If you didn't hear me the second time, I'll tell you again. It's Torah. Torah, written Torah, oral Torah, Mishnah, Gemara, all of Torah. It's a guide to us. It's a guide to a happy, a loving, joyous, fulfilling life. A life where we help to bring about the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu and the third Beit HaMikdash, B'mei Rabbi Yomeinu. Have a great week, everybody. And keep that smile on your face. It looks good on you. Be well, my friends. God bless. All the best.